What's up, guys? This is Bobby Okereke, linebacker with the Indianapolis Colts. Make sure you follow my guys at the Anvil, best sports talk podcast going on with Colts right now. Tune in.
It seems like a Sunday, like anyone before. That's what you think. So you open up the door, you feel the buzz, you can hear the people singing battle cries. Lucas Oil Stadium's about to come alive. Blue and white jerseys, some old and some new, all gather round South Capitol Avenue. They come for the tailgate, some drive and some fly. Colts fans show up with fire in their eyes, yelling, "Go Host, go Big Blue!" We're in the stands, the tried and true, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, the Colts Nation. We take this very serious, it is not a joke. We're back, all the players, we're back in it, coach. We scream and we root, we raise up our fist to support this team from Indianapolis. Go Host, go Big Blue, we're in the stands cheering for you, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, the Colts Nation, Colts Nation. Screaming, go Host, go Big Blue, we're in the stands, the tried and true, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, yeah, Colts Nation, that Colts Nation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, for the thousands that's in attendance and the millions and millions all over the world, welcome to the Anvil Show. I'm sorry, Jesus, can't even talk right now. With your boy Big P,
What's up?
Clyde the voice. You can't say hi, Clyde.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, what's up?
Missing Big Country and Thomas Frost and your boy CJ. Again, this is the Anvil Show. Now bang that bitch. I hairball in my mouth when I did that, so sorry.
Whoa, big pause.
Bro.
I said
Giant pause. Hairballs and mouths and to start the show. But anyway, while we got your attention, please like, subscribe, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. You know the deal. Welcome to the Anvil Show. Sorry about yesterday. I had to push to the day. Almost had to push for another day. Excuse me with my Colts Eddie hat. It's my cousin Eddie hat. I mean, it's crooked right now. But since I didn't get to come to the last game and I heard it was frosty out there, you know, I thought I would dress warm. But yeah. What's up?
What's the temperature down there?
Oh, it's not cold at all down here. Like, not cold at all. I think today
Screw
is
you.
hot.
Screw you, buddy.
Yeah, don't be a hater all your life, man. Yeah, we'll just jump right into the show, man, and get it going and talk about recapping the game on Monday night. So let's get into it. All right, boys. So you guys were at the game. I had the pleasure of sitting at home on the couch and watching a debacle. But you guys had to fight traffic, weather, and all of the above to go out there in the streets to watch our asses get handed to us. So I'll start with y'all. Carvey, what did you feel with Nick at the helm, the offense, the defense, and everything else. Like,
That's why I say it's a laughing matter right now. I'm gonna be real. I love my Colts. I'm a true diehard Colts fan. All right, but I was more entertained what was going on in the stands than the game because I know who's gonna lose.
what happened in the stands?
Oh, it was fights. It was fights left and
There's
right.
more fights than I've ever seen in that stadium.
Yeah, it was fights. I was more focused on what's going on in the stands than what's on the field.
Fights. That's two games in a row, no?
Yeah, but
Jeez.
but it just let's talk about the game. All right, let's talk about Nick Foles. Be honest. Let's talk about the Colts. I don't know what they doing. Real talk, fam. I really don't know. It's like Matt Ryan, he's done. Nick Foles, he's done. Sam Ellinger, he's done. I just don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh shit.
I really don't know. I mean, most of our key players are injured. It's like, yeah, Derek, my bad. Shaquille knew that it was gonna be a sucky season, so he's like, "Oh, my neck, my back."
Oh, come on, man. He didn't do that shit.
My neck, my back. Oh, I can't. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play for the rest of the season.
You gotta chill on that one, man. Hold on. All right, so a couple things. All right, you touched on a couple things, and then I'm gonna give it to you, Pat. So, really, you said you don't know what's going on. This is when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like the season can't end fast enough, but you still have to look as if you're trying. I feel like the Colts right now are looking as if they're trying.
Trying for what? Trying to lose?
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
Meaning they have to go out and put a product on the field. Like the season's not over. They can't tank to the point where it's like embarrassing. Like, okay, these are your no kidding starter caliber players, and they just decided not to show up. That's not gonna happen. So they're out there playing. I'm going to give them, especially the defense. You know what I mean? And at times, the offensive line. At times, and that's crazy because the offensive line has been a shit show. But there was moments when I felt like they played well.
Yeah, that is true. There have been moments where I've seen spurts of them, like, oh, they holding it down, they blocking.
Did you just change clothes?
Nah, I just put a sweatshirt on.
Oh, okay. I was like, the hell? You coming back? I was like, you had to get naked real quick. What'd you do?
But it's like,
Jesus Christ.
But like you said, like Daniel said, only thing was exciting was our defense and special teams.
Yeah, that was smart. I like him a lot. Especially the kick return. I like him a lot.
I mean, that's the only thing that really excited was our defense and special teams. Once we find out what's the problem on offense,
well, we know what the problem is.
It's multiple things.
Absolutely.
But once we fix that problem, I believe that we could be good on all stages. Kick return, defense, and offense. Yeah, we could be really a big threat. But right now, the Jaguars are number one.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not saying much because they're 7-8. So
what are we?
Hell's still freezing over because of it.
We're 4-10-1. But
okay.
No. But if you look at Tom Brady said this early in the year, and I never try to quote Tom Brady, but he said there's just a lot of not so good football being played. I can't remember what week he said that. But if you look at the amount of teams that are still in the hunt and they're below 500, it's kind of ridiculous.
Staggering.
It's crazy. Like, matter of fact, two divisions might be actually won with under 500 teams. And ironically, they're both the South. So, I mean, or at least at 500, right at 500. But it's crazy. Like the Panthers basically still can win the division or something, and they're like 6-9 because they play Brady and the Bucks this week.
Right.
It's our division is going to come down basically to the last week between the Titans and the Jags when they play. So, I mean, look, man. I'm not trying to take no scapegoats here. The season has been blah. It's been blah. What's up, Kevin? But at the end of the day, right, we can't get done with this shit fast enough. That's just my thoughts. Like we cannot. Oh my god. This is your fantasy thing, huh?
The Anvil Fantasy League, baby.
You see how disrespectful he is while you was talking?
Were y'all two in the finals?
No, I knocked Carvey out of the finals.
Oh, is that the trophy?
That's the trophy. You can't
Can't
see it 'cause
see.
of the screen.
Yeah.
Do you stamp your name on it every year or what?
Yep, the winner gets his name stamped on.
Well, how do you have it already? Did you win last year?
No,
Well, how'd
because
you
this trophy here always stayed in the studio,
Oh, okay.
and then the winner we'd send a smaller trophy, but it's got everybody's name on it, and now my name's gonna be there, baby.
All right, I guess I'll join this little league next year and destroy your lives. But that's for another topic. Pat, talk about the game. You're up.
Do I
Mike,
have
here.
to?
Stop gloating, asshole. Like,
Facts.
where's your humble pie at going into?
He don't have it. He don't have it.
Not with the fantasy league. I've got 0 pie.
All right, go ahead, man. Your thoughts
Suck
on the
it.
game.
You like that Triple H, didn't you?
No.
You know,
Omaha. Thank you.
wow.
Thank you.
My take on the game is it was the same bland play call, same bland quarterback play, same bland offensive line. It's just the same. It's not.
You lost for words? What's wrong?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
What's up, Juan?
Nothing's changing, even with the coaching change. You know, they're still running the same old bland plays. They're still doing the same old bland shit. They're wearing our defense out, and you know, it gets tiring. You know, I still root for them. You know, but I don't have the excitement anymore. Not this season. You know, when we play the Chiefs, third game?
Yeah.
You know, that was an exciting game. You know, that was a fun game to watch. Even though, I mean, we won, but even if we hadn't have won that game, everybody played well. It was fun. It was fun to watch. It was fun to cheer for. It was even funner because we won. But after that, there's not been a lot to be able to cheer for. And that makes it hard, you know, as a fan.
I mean, it does. And then I think about, you know, yeah, okay, so Colts are keeping Matt Ryan and Sam Ellinger, not Nick Foles. Yeah, so this is my thing, man. Watching the game from the house and just listening to the announcers too. Like sometimes you get a little insight from the announcers, and I'm just like, literally, we are lost. Like the simplistic parts of football are very difficult for us. That's kind of what I get from watching our games. Like things that I think should be easy become very difficult, right? And it's simple stuff. I mean, you know, you go from, you know, being able to run the ball as well as we did last year to not being able to really run it at all. Makes no sense. You go from being able to throw the ball pretty decent to not being able to throw the ball really at all. At all. Like, doesn't matter who's been playing quarterback. It's like same old song.
It's just like it's just a 5-yard pass, 10-yard, 5-yard pass, and then yeah,
it makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't get that. And then I was saying this to Pat Monday. I was like, I'm sorry, Deion Jackson, Zach Moss is not a good backup running backs. I'm gonna be real. I'm just gonna put it out there. Because they won't compliment JT. They don't compliment him. Yeah. You know, because as you see, the person that's supposed to be the backup should be able to carry the load. Like, okay, we'll see, keep on turning. But apparently it can't because Deion Jackson or Zach Moss cannot get those yards.
Maybe a year removed. Maybe Marlon Mack comes back. I mean, he's bounced around.
Yeah.
He was a Texan. I don't know where he is now.
He's
Denver.
49er. He's Denver? Yeah, he showed
Denver.
Where he scored that touchdown. I've seen that.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe a little bit of that humble pie for him because to me, had he gotten traded when he thought he should have gotten traded, perhaps he's starting somewhere and working on that second contract. But he really didn't pan out in Houston. I really don't see him that much in Denver, honestly. So
No.
maybe he becomes another free agent and we bring him back into the fold. Same way we kind of did. Oh boy, we brought Jordan Wilkins. Yeah, we brought him back. So maybe it's a situation like that.
Hey.
It was also sad, like watching Naheem. Naheem don't really get no snaps in Buffalo.
Yeah, I think Naeem's. Yeah, that's the hurts that he left though. But,
yeah, this is true. Yeah, Eric, and who would have thought we would be like? I'm like y'all laughed at me because this goes along with the Eric Fisher comment. But who would have thought? And I think Bob said this too. Who would have thought that the Colts would actually be clamoring for Eric Fisher and Carson Wentz after what we thought was our problems last year? Now, we can't look at what Carson Wentz has been doing this year because, of course, he had a big injury and he's been out for a while. He's starting again next week. But the moral of the story,
we played his ass with 2 broke ankles.
Yeah, and I kept saying that. Like I said, especially when we traded him, I was like, well, what is the options? Because we traded him with no real plan. Like Matt
no plan.
Just kind of fell in our lap. You know what I mean? But prior to that, I was like, what happens here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we do? So, yeah.
I agree.
Well, and when all that went down, we got rid of Wentz, and then the talk of Matt coming, I got excited.
Everybody did.
And seeing him at training camp, I'm thinking, man, we're fucking contenders right now. And then the game started, and I'm like, where's my training camp Matt Ryan at? Because this ain't him.
Forget that. I want the Atlanta Falcon Matt Ryan that throw over 400 yards.
4,000.
Just be throwing the ball downfield, like go down. I got you. I want that. Where's that at? Where's that at?
7 years past him is where it's at.
But still, even last year he was throwing some deep balls. Pause.
But on top of that, he still had, I don't care how you want to look at it, he still had a more quality receiving core than us.
Which is surprisingly, but then
and then they had a passing philosophy too. You got to because that's important. Like, we don't have a passing philosophy.
We got a running philosophy.
I don't understand how we still can call. I really don't understand how we can still continue to call screens. Like,
man, if I was a quarterback and they call that, I'd be like, bruh. I would hit Omaha. Hey, look, coach said we're gonna do a wide receiver screen, and then you hit the Omaha button.
But check this out, though, man.
You hit the Omaha button.
Oh, you want to
Omaha for the coach? I'm like, oh no, man, we ain't playing that play. We're gonna do this play right here. You as you're doing, go deep. I got you.
No, but here's the problem, bro. Like, and this bothers the shit out of me. For a team that runs as many screenplays that we do, you would think that our defense would always be ready for that. But then our defense gets fucking shredded by screen. Dalvin Cook 2 weeks ago. Somebody had a huge one this past week. Might have been a couple this past week. Then Keenan Allen had one. Moral of the story, you would think as much as we run screens, we would be prepared for screens, and we're not. What the See, that goes back to that simplistic shit. Shit that's supposed to be simple, to me, becomes very difficult. Facts. I don't understand it. I can't handle it. It drives me nuts, bro. So watching this team, right, going forward, it's been said, and we don't know how long this lasts. There's only 2 weeks left, but Jeff said that Nick is the guy for the remaining future until he comes out and throws 3 picks in the first half of the Giants game and Sam comes in. I don't know. Moral of the story, we know he's going forward. So is there anything to look and be hopeful for on Sunday in New York? Anything?
Our defense.
But
that's the only thing we've got to look forward to.
I gotta ask this question.
They get wore out.
That's what I'm saying. Have they had enough? When are they going to?
Absolutely. I I think it shows in the game, the progression of their play, that they have enough during the game.
Let me say this though. Hold on. Like going back to the game, you know, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman was talking about the great job Gus has been doing this year. Here's my question. Has he? Look, man, the fourth quarter has been treacherous. Y'all know that. Ungodly since Jeff took over. I think it was like 94-9 is what we have in the fourth quarter points. But moving beyond that, how many times can you guys just recall off the top of your head that we've given up third and more than 13? I can think of several. So, again, our defense, sure, they have been promising. But I don't understand the philosophy, man. 3rd and 13, and we play this soft-ass coverage, and then we give the shit up. Okay, franchise sack record. Did we get it already, or is it approaching? I know 46 is the number. Do we have 46 already? That's neither here or there. What I'm getting at is I'm sick of seeing this soft shit. We don't blitz enough. We knew that getting Gus, though. We talked about that.
Yep.
But I don't understand why the philosophy is 3rd and long.
Wide
Give
receivers.
them 7 yards, give them 8 yards, and then come up and make a tackle. When we've shown that sometimes we can't do that. Brandon Faison is terrible. I'm sorry, but
Terrible.
I hate to see him on the field. Like, you remember when we had Greg Toller? It's almost that bad. Greg Toller was notorious for getting absolutely roasted. It could be 3rd and whatever number you want. He's going to get roasted. When Faison's on the field, he gets roasted. And I don't understand it, bro. So, yeah, the defense have had bright spots. You know, big sack games. We had like 7 against Dallas or whatever the hell that was.
The problem is we're
maybe.
going to see more of Faison now because Rodgers is out for the rest of the season.
These last 2 games are not something I'm looking forward to. Oh, God. Yes, he was. Yes, he was, Chris. Yeah,
that's
shout out to Don't Know Jack podcast, too. Chris and the gang. Him, Josh, and Austin. I checked them out as much as I can, but they shoot on Tuesdays as well. Great podcast. Jump over there and check them out on Tuesday nights. But yeah, man, I can't witness anymore.
Hey,
bro.
Hey, Chris, since you got the shout out, put a link to your page in the comments.
Yeah, we definitely follow them as a group, but yeah, put that link on there for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Greg Toller was shit, and I remember when we got him coming from Arizona, and I lived in Arizona at the time. So I was like, hey, Greg Toller ain't bad. He's kind of physical, plays in your face. I can deal with that. Yeah. Put on blue, and he was absolute ass. Absolute ass, man. So going forward, the next 2 games, I have honestly, no intentions of good. We just need to, again, make them respectable. Don't go out there and get blown out 59-0 or something crazy like that. But we just need to limp it in. Play hard, kick a couple field goals or something like that. Make it look respectable, and then just limp it in, man. Let's limp it in. I never root for us to lose, so I'm not doing that here. But 4-12-1, that gets us a better draft pick, right? I think so.
Now, since you brought up that,
yes, sir.
Okay, so better draft pick. Now, earlier before the show, we talked about.
Let me bang it and move on.
All right, let's bang it and move on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's about to get heated up.
Here we go.
All right, so you said that the Colts are not going to draft a what?
No. I said
they're not going to draft Anthony Richardson
with
in
our
the lottery.
Yes.
All right.
Sound off.
Okay, so who do you say? Who do you see? Please tell me. Enlighten me, please.
Bro, if it's not Young, Stroud, or Levis, there's no quarterback being drafted by us until later.
All right, Levis, no, he's out the picture. Reason why? No, you shake it all you want to. No, you cannot. Nah, brother,
You watched him?
Yes, I watched him, but let's be real. Anthony Richards got higher more yards than him, passing yards than Levis.
I don't know about that.
Who has better weapons?
I don't know.
But see, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Levis is a pocket passer. The game has developed. The game has changed. So I mean, I'm sorry, but even though Anthony Richardson, he can use his feet to make plays, but he's also looking downfield. So if he get out the pocket, he can still throw downfield.
Here's what I'm saying. All of that might be amazing, but what I'm trying to tell you is you cannot draft Anthony Richardson as a lottery.
All right. So if we don't get him, and he just shines and show out for another team, I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna give you this face.
Okay, fine.
It says,
yes. Daniel, I love you, bro, but you might be past your bedtime. But if anything, Caleb is the guy in 24. But that's not a thing either. Like, we're not even going there. We're sticking with now. I believe that we're drafting a quarterback. Like I said last week, I think it's going to be CJ Stroud because I think Will Levis is number one.
All right, now we talked about CJ Stroud. This is my thing right here.
He kind of looks like you, honestly.
It's a light skin thing. That's why.
Oh, he really kind of looks.
Give yourself an Omaha for that.
No, he kind of looks like you.
No, he don't look like me.
Pull it up, Pat. Put CJ Stroud behind you, like you did.
Put that shit on right now. You know how much time it takes to load that shit up?
What do you like? 0? Okay, you know what? Let me Omaha both of y'all.
Omaha! But anyways,
you get an Omaha for thinking I'm freaking magic computer guy.
All right, but okay, what is Ohio State's philosophy?
I get it. I don't like
throw
it.
Throw down, Phil. I mean, like
one
down here, I'm just gonna throw it to you and help you catch it.
Okay, one read system. I'm not
okay. So why would you get somebody that can't handle the other system, the other games, man?
Carvey. They play the same system as Florida, man. It's one read offense. What I'm trying to tell you is, I don't care how much you like a guy. There still has to be draft. There still has to be a draft strategy. So you can't reach. Like that is a reach, bro.
How is that a reach?
Because Anthony Richardson is probably a 4th round pick. You don't take him in the lottery? Are you nuts, man?
You think he's a 4th round pick?
Yes, if not further down.
Bro, you smoke. Who's the one smoking crack?
Are you kidding me right now?
You said 4th round, 5th round?
Hey, if you're watching, can you chime in? Where does Anthony Richardson fall in the draft? Carvey is playing John Madden right now, and I'm
playing John Madden. Have you not sit back and watch the kid?
Bruh. I don't care about watching him. I told you I like him, but when you're in a situation like we are, you are in a conundrum because we have a lottery pick. And by having a lottery pick, unless you trade out of it, you have to make the right pick. You cannot Can you?
All right, okay. So you think we're gonna get CJ Stroud?
The way it's fallen, I think if we're picking at 5 or 6, to me, Will Levis is the first quarterback off the board. No, I'm lying. To me, Bryce Young.
Bryce Young be the first one gone. Bryce Young. He's just undersized. Would I love to get Bryce Young? Absolutely.
He's Tua.
Tide, you know.
Ironically, he's Tua.
Yeah.
Same everything. She's just
right. I'm not gonna say so. I go, my opinion, the next best option is Anthony Richardson.
Bro, you're smoking crack.
You the one smoke. I'll get it from your house. You in your stash.
He's the 4th or 5th quarterback.
Oh, man, you tripping.
Somebody chime in. Please help me with this. Do y'all think Anthony Richardson is a lottery pick? Let's be for real here. Chris, are you still on? Tell Carvey he don't know Jack right now. Ain't no way Anthony Richardson going in the top 5, man. We would get laughed out of the draft hall.
Okay.
Come on, Carvey. I get it. I understand that the guy, but to me, honestly, most of these guys are prospects. When I say or projects, I'm sorry. So even like Bryce, I feel like he's gonna just have to learn a little bit. He's the most pro ready, but he's undersized.
Yeah, he like you said, he's a tool. He's a tool of the character. I get that. But yes, he's pro ready.
Anthony
Now
Richardson,
they said the next pro ready person is Will from Kentucky. And only reason why I said, I mean, is he good? Yes, he's good, but he's a player, pocket passer, and right now the game has developed where sometimes you're gonna have to move your feet, and he's gonna be a standing statue, ready to get knocked and get injured.
Will Levis can move though. What are y'all talking? What are y'all saying, bro? Like Will Levis is not a statue. He. I mean, he ain't Lamar Jackson or some shit like that. But I would argue that he can move as well as Patrick Mahomes. Like what the hell? Patrick Mahomes ain't fast. Patrick Mahomes is just creative. Patrick Mahomes ain't outrunning many people. I think he might run like a 4.6 or something, 4.7 maybe. I don't know.
All I'm saying, sir, is that
Come on, man.
all I'm saying is that this man will be drafted to the Colts.
Anthony Richardson.
Yes.
Please, if y'all are on here, chime in. Give me your thoughts where you think Anthony Richardson is not a lottery pick. And if he becomes a lottery pick, somebody is messing up.
So if we do draft him then and you'd be like, oh man, he is pretty good, then what?
I told you, remember like 3 weeks ago, I was like, hey, Anthony Richardson is somebody that I'm looking at as a potential quarterback.
And I said, okay, and when you said that name, I checked him out. And I checked out the other people that I compared them. I compared stats from stats. And the only person that got Anthony Richardson beat is Young.
But I'm saying at that time, when we looked at that, we wasn't really foregoing the season yet. Like the Colts could still, like we were still like, if we went out, if we do this, if we do that, we can make the playoffs. So my thought process on that was, well, if we get him later in the draft, this is a great prospect. Bro, like he's like an Eason project. I mean, he got way more tools.
Eason?
Look at his completion percentage.
Eason?
Okay, you know what? I don't think
Eason?
I think
you said Eason? You said Eason.
Yes.
Eason that we drafted.
Yes.
That we traded to Seattle. Eason.
Okay.
I mean, this kid is smoking some good right now.
What are you saying? I mean, don't get me wrong. You're intrigued by his size.
No, it ain't just his size though. This man, okay, he's a pure athlete. He's a pure athlete. Okay, he's an athlete. He can run. I'm giving that to him. Yes, he can throw. Yes, I'll give that to him. That he is.
Jackson. Let's slow down for a minute.
All right, come on, Clyde.
Let me just give you some numbers, okay?
All right. Let me pull up the ones. I still got my.
His completion percentage is 53.8, bro.
Okay.
In college, his completion percentage against the top 25 is 49.1. That's terrible. Like that is horrible, bro.
Horrible.
Yes.
All right, we'll see.
I had mentioned Hendon Hooker as well, but he coming off the ACL. So
I like Hooker. I like Hooker. I do like Hooker.
Okay, so I'm asking Chris if he's still on. Like, is that just next year's a wash too? What do you think? I mean, because Hendon Hooker is not going to be ready for the season, and more than likely they'll slow roll him. And if he does come back, I mean, mid-season maybe. Usually they try to get these dudes a full year, you know. So he hurt himself in probably early November, so full year. You know, that's November is like what, about right after mid-season, going into mid-season. I don't know, man. All I'm saying though, big dog, 53.8%, not good. And he had 2,549 yards this year, 17 TDs. I'm pretty sure Will Levis had more than that. But I'm gonna check for you.
How many touchdowns he has?
He had 17 touchdowns and 9 picks.
Okay. Go ahead, check. Yeah, this year.
Now I think Will Levis has been starting for 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Will Levis. Okay, come on, bro. 65%. Let's start with that. 66 last year. So he had 100 more yards. So he had 2,400 yards, 19 TDs, 10 picks. Last year he had 2,800 yards, 24 TDs, 13 picks. 66% completion last year. Come on, man. 68 in non-conference games. And I mean, but he plays in the SEC. Both of them play in the SEC. So what does that tell you?
Well, we shall see. We shall see, sir. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, sorry, Daniel. I was trying to do some technical work. And it didn't work out.
I can't believe you, Carvey, that you think Anthony. I'm telling you, Anthony Richards is probably a 4th or 5th round pick.
Okay.
I'm not going to disagree with you, Clyde. And he, in my opinion, he's going to be gone by the 3rd round, guaranteed. And I've said it before. I think if you draft him, you're going to have to take your lumps with him for the first couple of years.
A lot of them.
But I do believe he has that ability to become a franchise quarterback. Is he there right now, straight out of college? No, I'm not saying he is. But if I'm going to take my lumps with this team for another year, another 2, I want somebody that has the potential of becoming what we need.
Okay, so perfect segue, because the banner for this segment actually says, "What are the major personnel changes?" You got to think, man. You got players that want to win.
Steve just called Carvey a 5-year-old.
What did Steve say before that? You got players that want to win. So are they in it for another 1, 2, 3 years of what the hell else? If we do that, Jeremy, like I asked Chris,
who you going to run with? You going to run back with Ryan if you stash Hooker? You ain't going to spend a lottery pick on Hooker. You know, so does Chris do Chris things and trade the 4th or 5th pick and stock up later on in the later rounds?
I don't know. If if a Derek Carr rumor surfaces around February or some shit like that, we're in trouble. Why do you like Daniel? Why the hell do you like Bo Nix? Do you not know? Like, what do you see in Bo Nix, bro? I really want to know. Holy hell, Taz, here we go. Is this who has the higher ceiling? Are we talking Richardson? I get the risk behind, but the guy is 21 years old, 13 career.
Read it out loud.
No. We're not gonna assault nobody. I'm just reading. You have to understand, Florida didn't have no talent or elite players as Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud as you got to factor in. Okay.
Facts.
Yeah, but you also got to remember we have the lottery pick too.
Thanks, Trees.
So what
Thanks,
I'm getting,
Thanks, Tez.
No, I'm the one that said I liked Anthony Richardson as well. But
I know, but now you backing off of it. So.
I'm not. I'm saying where we're drafting, we cannot draft. You cannot do that. Like, what's the point of having a lottery pick if you're gonna take a 5th rounder, 4th rounder, and like no GM's doing that. No GM is doing that. Period. Come on, man. Let's be realistic here. Are you shitting me? Like, if we draft that guy that high, we will be fucking laughed out of. Where's the draft this year? Kansas City. We'll be
excuse me, sir.
I think it's in Vegas, ain't it?
No, it's in Kansas City this year.
Excuse me, sir. Are we already good?
Let's go.
Are we already being laughed at?
Yeah, but you don't.
Okay, then.
You don't waste draft capital like that, bro.
No, you don't.
That doesn't even. Come on, Carver. You know that. You cannot do that. You cannot do that.
Now, this is one thing I will say. If Ballard's guy is Richardson and he slotted to go late in the 2nd round, middle 3rd round, maybe top 4th round, he will trade that pick and get a shitload of draft picks for it.
Okay.
And still get the quarterback that he's eyeballing.
But to me, that's not like, dude, where have our scouts been? Our scouts
Kentucky.
have been living in Kentucky. I think they got their own damn little Airbnb in Kentucky.
They got
They
to blow
went
up
to-
mattresses in
Facts.
Will's dorm room.
I think they went to that damn place every opportunity they went down there. I haven't heard them linked to CJ Stroud, but I mean that's right across the street too. So perhaps maybe they've been up and down there as well. I don't know, man. Yeah, man, but what? Daniel, wait a second, bro. We talking about the same Bo Nix. I know he beat Alabama that one year and everybody was high on him. But you talk about the same Bo Nix that got ran out of Auburn, that had a decent year in Oregon, and you're all in, and you're comparing him to Peyton.
Oh, he's smoking some good stuff.
Jesus Christ, what is going on?
Bro, you crazy if you think this man is sliding out the first or second year. You guys gotta say he's doing on 5 with no elite team. I feel, hey, he's not understanding.
Look
Yeah,
here,
I mean,
man. Look
he's
here.
not understanding. He's not Tess. He's not understanding. That's all I'm gonna
Here,
say.
dog.
He's not understanding.
It's cool. Hold
It's
on.
cool.
Two completely different players, but didn't the world think the same about Malik Hooker last year? And you want to talk about project? Sheesh. But he had clips of him going crazy. We know he's a people guy. He's a city guy. He loves.
I ain't talking about the city and the people. I'm talking about what he does on the field. I mean, I'm not
We
saying
see what Malik Hooker did on the field too. And
what
now
team-
look at him.
what team was he on?
Oh, Liberty. We doing that now? Okay. All right.
He said, we doing that now?
The
Okay.
draft capital is going to change from now to the time of the draft. You know, and a prime example is Zach Wilson. He wasn't on anybody's, well, not too many people's radar. And then his pro day, he absolutely killed it, and everybody fell in love with him.
He made that
Now look where he's at. He's on the fucking bench.
Yeah, Malik Hooker's in a starting lineup, and look at him. He's a shit show. So, you know what? I'll say this. I'm not going to kick no kids, bro. What I'm saying is based on where we are, based on our needs, we are in a tough way. Who's our next what?
He meant to say QB.
Oh, well, that's what we
That's
talk
what
about.
that's what we're hashing out now, Brian.
To me, it depends on. To me, I'm telling you, Will Levis or Bryce Young is off the board first, and then it's CJ Stroud, and then whatever you want to do after that. And when it comes to QB, if that's what we're doing, if not, who's not going to pay a quarterback, i.e., Lamar Jackson, and do we take another chance on another rental, the Aaron Rodgers of the world, the Derek Carrs of the world?
No more dumpster diving. Somebody made that comment earlier. No more dumpster diving.
No more
for
going to
QBs.
Goodwill, man. We don't need. I'm done going to Goodwill.
I'll tell you this. After, and I haven't done as much as I need to, for sure. But after watching some tape that I have on some of the quarterbacks, to me, it doesn't matter who we pick. We're going to be taking some more lumps.
He said AR-15 is between 9 and 15. Jesus.
Who the hell is AR-15?
Anthony Richardson.
Oh.
Sheesh. That's higher than Pat Mahomes, I think. I think the Chiefs got Pat Mahomes in the 20s, I think.
Yo, okay, keep that up for a second. Now, you see what he says. The NFL is transitioning into a more mobile QB league.
Fine. I'm not against
Nobody's arguing that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The game, I've been preaching this. The game has been evolving. If you don't have a more mobile quarterback now, then I'm sorry. Your team is not going to be as great. I'm being real.
So
yeah, but your quarterback's going to be hurt. Look at all the mobile quarterbacks right now that are hurt.
Pat, you was just saying this because you was on use team AR for, not too long ago. So
and I still am.
Okay,
but why? Tell them why I'm team AR. Because I look at Richardson as more of a hybrid quarterback that can use his legs, but that's not his first line of defense.
What's his first line of defense?
His arm.
And what does he do when he move out the pocket? Where does he look?
Downfield.
Okay,
And if there's nothing down there, then he uses his legs.
Okay.
But when you got those mobile quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts,
See, but that's the thing, though.
all those guys, they get hurt because these coaches make and design plays for them to run the damn ball.
Okay,
now,
but that's not what
those
you're doing,
plays
though.
work. They get yards. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, don't hurt your franchise quarterback by making him run the ball. There's other people that do that.
Here's my question.
And that's my problem that I got with these running quarterbacks. They're not running backs. They're not built like running backs.
Yeah.
Make your running back run the damn ball.
Okay,
Make your quarterback throw the ball. But your quarterback does need to be mobile because we know how fast that pocket breaks down.
Exactly. Okay, as you see, these defense, these fat nose tackles, that run pretty fast. So they expect to be fast. I get that. So that's what I'm saying. The game has become you need a hybrid quarterback. You need the one that could look downfield, that can to pass, but also can make plays with his feet if he has to.
But do you? I mean, last year's quarterback in the Super Bowl was Joe Burrow versus Matt Stafford.
Yeah, neither one are technically
Joe
mobile quarterbacks.
But as you see,
Will Levis can move as good as Joe Burrow, if not probably better.
I just still say
accuracy. This is what you need. You need a quarterback that understands the professional game. You don't need gimmick quarterbacks. And unfortunately, probably a higher percentage of QBs these days play in gimmick offenses. One read option. There's my throw. If it ain't there, oh shit. There's that. If it ain't there, run or throw that shit in the trash. Can't read, no progressions, whatever. Go quick, hurry up, snap. Like, that's gimmick offense. That shit ain't where I'm at. AR-15 played in somewhat of a gimmick offense. In big games, it was rougher for him.
Because he had no weapons.
We're not doing that.
Just be real. Let's be real.
I'm not living with we don't have weapons. I don't like that. Okay. Because real quarterbacks create weapons. Just how it goes. It's just how it goes.
Is Matt Ryan a real quarterback? Let's be real.
At one time.
No. Okay. No, just yes or no. Yes or no.
No, it ain't no yes or no. He's 37 years old.
But he's a real quarterback, correct?
I mean, his skill set is not what it was when he first came into the league. Let's not do that.
I mean, TB's 58 years old.
All right. So who the hell, unless you want to count the recent emergence of Christian Watson, who the hell is Aaron Rodgers throwing to this year?
Anybody else? They
so what I'm saying is him and Matt Ryan are kind of in the same boat. Christian Watson has outperformed Alec Pierce as far as touchdowns go, but Alec Pierce was our version of Christian Watson. Like, he can get down the field, throw him something. Matt only did that one time, and we won the game when he did it. Okay, so what I'm getting at is
then we stopped doing
it. So Aaron Rodgers can still play football. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to having Aaron Rodgers here, but what has to happen is Aaron Rodgers can't have the same, here's the core we got, make it happen. You would have to put quality around him, whether you drafted high or got lucky in free agency and brought a skilled receiver here. Because I love Michael Pittman, but Michael Pittman is showing us that he's not 1,000% a one. He's probably really good.
Not. And I love him. He's on my fantasy team.
Yeah, I
like
love
Mike. I love Pittman. I love MPJ. I do, but he's not a one. He's not a one.
And I wouldn't even say that he's not a one. He's got to have
a two.
He's got to have a quarterback that's going to feed him the ball.
I get that.
Since Phillip Rivers.
I just think that he needs to be a two to learn, take under a wing from someone that's more elite, that knows the game better, that can probably teach him. So whenever that person leaves, his game will get even better. I'm not knocking Reggie Wayne, but someone that's in the game as well,
Yeah, so but it's too late for that. It's too late for him to become a 2 in year 4, going into year 4. Like, that's too late for that.
I'm with Keith here. I don't want the drama of the quarterback carousel. I don't want
I don't care.
another quarterback coming in here and we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to do that to make that quarterback successful. You know, I if I'm taking lumps, I want to take them with a young kid that's going to grow into our system. That's
Yeah,
what
they
I
are.
want. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
but this is your problem that you're not giving any credit to. Unfortunately, now you have a veteran laden team. You got to think about them. Chris said it earlier in the show. Like, people got to want to stay here. I don't give a shit that they got new contracts recently. Talking about Darius and Q. I don't foresee Q going nowhere, but Shaquille might. Kenny Moore really might press the issue now. Yannick might not want to re-sign here. You know, DeForest might be like, well, my time is coming up shortly. I might as well get the hell out of here and try to win. So there's a balance that you have to have here, because you're not taking lumps with a team that's completely on the scrap heap. Like, take Jacksonville when they drafted, you know, Trevor Lawrence. They like, bro, we got nothing. Where's everybody starting fresh? Defense, offense, coach, everything. We're not in that position. So now you have wasted 5-6 years of really good talent that now you just kind of just getting off your book so you can start over. Those are real lumps because you're building a whole new team.
All right, so but okay, so you
There's
want
gotta
Yeah,
be
but those are lumps you can't do nothing about because that's all time.
sure you can.
Nobody can stop time.
No, it's not about time, but it's about understanding that I'm not going to blow up everything and lose everything I built.
and I get that, but my thing is this: our team is mostly young. Yes or no? We got a young team. We got
No.
our weapons. Our weapons. I'm talking about weapons wise. JT's young. The wide receivers are young. Correct.
Yeah, but you're only thinking about one side of the ball. I'm thinking about the whole team.
I know you think about the whole team. Now I get that. I get that. But I'm just saying, like right now, go back to Tez, please.
But the strength of our team is the defense. So you're gonna let all them go?
No, I'm not saying that all that go, but we can, like I said, we gonna have to build. And once they start believing, because right now they don't believe in our team. And once you start seeing someone get a nice young guy that's QB that's like, oh my God, they showing, yeah, I'm going to stay here because I believe in this guy, then they will say. But Ted says, listen, we don't need AR to be elite quarterback
I
ready.
see what he's saying.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish now.
You don't have to read all of that, bro.
I'm going to read it for everybody else.
Everybody can
We
see
don't
it.
need to be a elite quarterback ready, but let the game come to him and surround him with talent, which we have. Alex, Wood, Pittman, Campbell. They will benefit by getting a guy like AR, bro. Like he said, why not? Why not? Why?
Because of where we're drafting. That's why. So unless you're gonna like completely do what Pat said and just unload everything and try to get 3-4 picks and move back, he's not being talked about as going at number 5.
All right, but we know how draft season does. And the further you go into it, people's stock rises, people's stock falls.
I don't care.
If these super smart people, ESPN analysts, and all those other people come out and say that Anthony Richardson is a top 5 pick, would you believe it?
I don't care. No. 53%? No. Hell no. Because you're saying he's coming in, he started from day one. Period. And I'm trying to tell you that's not what should happen with him. 53%, man. Less than 50 in big games against top 25. No. That's not who you take and say you're starting day one.
All right.
I don't give a shit if the guy is 6'4", 2. You're missing what I'm saying. If we're not in QB purgatory, which means we're not drafting as a lottery pick, this is a whole different conversation. Because now it's like, oh, we drafted in like 17, 18, 20 plus. Perfect time to steal a guy.
I'll make sure we'll be at the combine watching.
Be there.
We'll be there and we're going to see. Hey, right. Feel me, Adam? We'll see how this shakes out at the combine.
What does that mean? See, that's what I'm trying to say. What does that mean? The combine is a one day for these dudes. You're gonna overlook his whole college career for one day? What is
His
that?
college career. So you saying this kid is terrible? He's not. He been doing good things.
I said he's a project, a major one.
He's not a major one. I'm sorry, he is not a major one.
Sure, he has prime example. Lamar when he came out. When did he get drafted?
I don't know.
What
Where
pick?
did he?
So this is his third year.
No, like
Right.
when did he go?
Oh, 32.
32.
Yep.
But this is also,
Baltimore moved up and picked him the last pick of the first round.
you see what I'm saying here. And this was a college player of the year type dude. This is a Heisman dude in Lamar at that time. Elite speed. But what was his knock? That accuracy is crazy. That release point, that's kind of wild. He fast as lightning, but we're talking about NFL ready.
Okay.
So that's my point here. And he didn't even start coming out, right? Wasn't Flacco still the guy? Flacco was still the guy, was he not?
Yep.
Okay. So all I'm saying, and now don't get me wrong, now Lamar is an MVP. So what I'm getting at though, taking that, you got to already have something in the tank. Meaning we got somebody we're going to roll with to start the year, maybe even complete the whole year. And we're going to get arranged to this guy year 2. We don't have that because I don't care. If Carson Wentz didn't come back on his second year option, ain't no way they bringing back Matt Ryan on his second year option. Nick Foles is on a 1 year, and Sam Ehlinger, what do we know with that?
Still rookie contract.
That's my point, my guy. I've been saying that, but these guys wasn't lottery picks either. Lamar Jackson wasn't a lottery pick. I think they did go high on Josh Allen, and they almost got rid of Josh Allen. That's the thing. They almost got rid of him. If it wasn't for Brian Dable, who knows what Josh Allen would have became? Because Josh Allen stunk when he first started. He was terrible. Oh, my goodness, he was bad.
See,
So
I credit Pep Hamilton for him because Pep Hamilton was the QB coach out there and
Buffalo?
got him and
Nah,
I started seeing a lot of Andrew Luck in that dude's game. And then I started looking and there he was, Pep Hamilton.
Brian Dable, because Pep Hamilton was a shit OC when we had him. He stunk. And he was Andrew's guy in college. Made no sense. Like I was like, this is Andrew's guy in college. Why are this doesn't, I don't know. They fired Pep Hamilton. You remember that, right? He got fired.
Yeah, he's in Houston now.
But I'm saying we fired him years ago.
Yep.
They brought him. They got Andrew. They had what's the tight end? Kobe Fleener. They brought all of Stanford there. In our offense.
I think they had a running back too. I forget his name. He didn't make it very long.
Oh yeah, but he wasn't on our team. But moral of the story is, yeah, he didn't do well. But I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm just simply stating if you take that guy, there's pressure that's got to happen. So everybody knows who and what the draft order is going to look like in the top 10 after the combine. I'll give you that. But I'm saying if AR-15 is still a second round, third round guy, you can't reach up there and get him like, oh, shit, I'm going to take him at 5. No way. So you'll have to trade back, cross your fingers, and figure it out. And we might do that, which is going to piss a lot of people off in Indy. It's going to piss a lot of people off.
A lot of people.
But now we don't have a second round pick, right?
Yep.
So perhaps Ballard's like, oh, I want to get back into the first. So move me back in the first, but I want a second too. Then maybe. But again, he can't start. So who starts next year? You starting this guy? Right out week 1. Carver, that's a question for you.
I'll answer it. Yeah, if you get a person like Richardson, yes, start him. Throw his ass to the wolves. We'll take our lumps, and then we move on. We keep going. That's the only way these guys get better. And as fans, these young players, they have to take their lumps, and as fans, we have to take the lumps with them. But they get better.
You also have to create an environment for them to succeed too. Like we're forgetting that part. So everybody laughed at Jacksonville, But Jacksonville created an environment for Trevor to have some success, i.e., they rebuilt a line. They have spent over $1 billion in free agency over the last, I don't know how many years. So they built a line.
And they what?
They
One
drafted.
game over 500.
Doesn't matter. Our whole division stinks. You're right. Doesn't matter. But they have a shot. They're leading the division, and they have a shot to walk themselves right into the playoffs. And Trevor Lawrence has been lights out the last however many weeks, like 14 TDs and 1 pick over the last 6 games or something bullshit.
I called that. I said, watch out for them.
I mean, all I'm simply stating is your philosophy has to match your effort and what you want to do. So if you bring it,
who's going to say they're not?
But if you bring in AR-15 and he has the same talent we have now, nothing. I mean, he throws a ball deep, but then what?
Then we find out who our wide receiver 1 is.
No, man. I tell you who we not talking about. We better be talking about Jalen Wyatt. We better find a way to draft that kid out of Tennessee, receiver, 6 foot burner, right? That dude's a monster. He had 5 touchdowns in the Alabama game or 4 touchdowns, something stupid. It was ridiculous. Maybe 5. He might have had 5 touchdowns in the Alabama game. That's absolutely ridiculous. We need to figure that out.
I'm with you, Tez. I'm with you, fam. I'm with you. This guy up here, cousin Ed up here, doesn't understand.
If you take that boy as a lottery, fine. You know what? Fuck it. I can't wait till we get Chris next year. And I say, hey, Chris, I know you can't give us the insides and outs, but what makes a guy a lottery pick? Despite all of the, whatever you want.
Oh, please. We gonna ask him. We're gonna ask him in a year.
Y'all going off of 1 season, dog. Yeah, he couldn't be on tonight. But
yeah, he's not off the show completely. He's just he's working overtime tonight, so he couldn't make it on. And yes, he is doing some very meaningful work outside of the show. A friend of his asked him to be a part of a nonprofit to help veterans.
Yeah. All right. Well,
called Alpha One Resources.
Before
he's absolutely he's still 100% part of the show.
All right. Before we leave, we're gonna say this: y'all gonna take 53% over 65%.
Can I make a comment real quick?
Sure.
She says, "Hey Pat, hey Clyde, hey Crazy." Teresa called you crazy.
That's what you want to point out. That's what you want to point out.
I did.
Is that what you want to point out?
You feel good? I did. I just said I did.
You feel great now. You feel good about that because you called me crazy. You feel good. You feel
a little bit. Yeah.
You got that your system now.
It brightened my day.
I'm glad
because now she's seeing what I see.
I'm glad that brightened up your day, sir.
Hey man, I love the hell out of y'all, bro. Y'all are crazy as shit. Y'all got. I don't know. I told you I don't want none of these quarterbacks 1,000%. But if I got to argue for one, and I got to argue for who we're gonna take at 6, meaning we keeping it, we're not moving out of it. It can't be Anthony Richardson. That's my final piece on that. 53%. Right. You can't do that.
Let's go final thoughts, man. Bang that bitch, man. Final thoughts, Big P. Go ahead, it's on you, sir.
Final thoughts is it's been a bumpy season. It's going to be a bumpy off season. It's going to be a crazy draft. But I still believe in Ballard. I still believe he does the right things. So whatever he decides, I'm going to trust.
Okay. So, Mr. Clyde.
Look, man.
what you gotta hate? I mean, gotta say.
My final thought. What I
got. He threw that one in there quick,
and I caught all of it. My final thought is this, man. Look, I know people get really emotional and their opinions, and that's good. That makes it real good fans. But all I'm gonna say is, you got to understand there's a process to doing shit. Period. There's a process of doing anything, and all I'm saying is, I get the intangibles, but look who hasn't in the past. Look who hasn't gone in the top 5. And I'm telling you, that's not because people didn't know what they were doing. Oops, I got it wrong. It's just grading out. That's the way they're supposed to be. Pat Mahomes, no one knew he was a $500 million quarterback. Nobody
did.
Nobody knew that, or else he would have been a number 1 pick. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, 4-time MVP, pick number 24. And he's a JUCO player that went to Cal. Moral of the story is, people grade out the way they grade out, and they might turn out to be something more. But that don't mean you got it wrong. I'm just saying that guy's not a lottery pick. I watched all his film, dog. Like, I don't know what I watched 53.8%, Tess. Like, I watched it all. Trust me when I tell you, I know who the kid is. Trust me, there is no new stuff here. But that's just my thoughts, man. And I'm not against him. You just can't take him at number 5 unless you move all the way back.
It doesn't matter who we pick. It's still a 50-50 coin toss. Shit or shine. Some shit, some shine. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So my final thought. Are you done, Klaus? Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. Are you done, Klaus?
You got it now, man. Do your thing.
You got anything else you want to say?
Yes, I do, Carve. I love you, Carve, and I'm sorry for pointing out that somebody called you crazy.
Okay,
I did not mean to hurt your feelings, sir.
Anyways, my final thoughts, like Clyde said, was what he said about the process. Hey, Clyde, trust the process. But anyways, the Colts, they got something going on. They about to make something special. AR-15 will be a Colts. Uncle cousin Ed over there looking around, but I'm telling you right now,
he might be. He ain't gonna be a number 5. I guarantee that.
Who then? Who?
It sounded like a bet was just thrown.
That's what I'm saying. He might be a Colt, but he will not be drafted from 1 to 4 or 5, depending on where we end.
Okay.
I guarantee that.
We shall see.
I guarantee that.
Okay, you guarantee.
Yes, I guarantee that. On the show live, Clyde, well, y'all can pick what I can do. I'll do whatever silly shit, but I'm putting a big bet on if we get Anthony Richardson, it's because we got him beyond that number. He is not a lottery guy.
I will match you. Whatever it is, I will match you.
Say less.
But anyways, everybody, thank you for tuning into the Anvil Show. Hope y'all enjoyed our segment of today. We appreciate y'all for coming out and just having y'all thoughts with us. Again, tune in. Sorry we didn't have it on Tuesday, but we were live every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. So tune in. Enjoy yourself. Y'all take care. No drinking and driving. Call an Uber, call a friend. And always, go Colts.
Go Colts.
Go Colts.
Ye did. Somebody said one chicken.